I don't know if you've heard, but Tokyo is basically a crematorium lately. So in order to keep these little guys alive, I have to keep the air conditioning on all day and all night. As I'm sure you can imagine, that racks up quite an electricity bill, but in addition to that, it also is really bad for your throats, especially when you sleep with the air conditioning on, which I have to do. So that really sucks if you're singing. Concerts are one thing, of course, but then there's also a recording, and a little while ago we were recording another new song. More on that later. Just stay with me till the end. So I got a little tip for you, and more than likely some people will really roll their eyes at this. I mean, I did before I tried it, to be honest. Having this on when you're sleeping. I used to do it a lot when I was on tour and I was sleeping in the car a lot, and we would have to keep the air conditioning on to either not freeze to death or not melt away. And it really does help. Listen, I'm not immune to the placebo effect. I, for example, always feel like I have to have a Red Bull before a gig. And I know that by this point, it's usually more of a ritual than it actually gives me more energy. But this is legit to some extent. I just feel like it's hard to fake a non-sore throat. Maybe there's some gross science behind it, that you store your humidity from your own breath and like keep breathing it in again, which sounds really unhealthy. I don't know. If you know, let me know. I would have researched it, but I don't know how to Google that. Most important thing is that it works, and if you are a singer or you just don't want to get a dry throat at times when there's a lot of air conditioning, or like the air is very dry, this is a tip. It can also be nice to wear other places where there's a lot of air conditioning, like on the train, but maybe not if you live in a place where it's not normal, unless you're ready to answer a lot of annoying questions. I know, because this is not normal in Norway, and I forgot once. Actually, if you want to leave a comment, you can tell me where you're from and whether or not these are a normal thing where you come from, and how you think people would react if you were wearing one on the train, and obviously if you're living somewhere where it's not a normal thing. Just a suggestion that could be fun to read, you know? Also, if you do know the gross science behind it, please tell me. I want to know, or probably don't want to know, but I think I do. Maybe. Anyway, on to some random rambly footage from the day we recorded a song called Call Your Name. Here you go. So I think it's KME first, and then Tyra is gonna come later. Cherry? Cherry Coke?
Cherry Coke?
Yeah, 何それ?
Oh, cherry じゃない、cherry じゃない。あ、ちょっと待って。
色が違う。
紛らわしい。これ。
やめた方がいいよ。
結構なんか
いやー来ました。
いいっすね、この
アパレント買った多分1万円。
まあまあまあまあまあ
なんですよ。
すごい。しかもちょっと動き。
待って、これアイスじゃん。
アイスもちょっと食べた方がいいんじゃない？
そういうこと。
やったんだ。
あ、そうなの？
私たちはアイス食べたよ。
まあパピコ。
食べたいだろうなと思って。
あ、コーラっぽいの買った？本当に？
そう。結構買ってきたね。パピコみんな分。
Join the war! あ、返してない。返してない。
出てたのにね、今。
いや、でも聞こえなかったから。
聞こえなかった。
そう。
でも絶対使えないなってやつだけは、 あ、そうですね。
メインとして
はい。
いけるな
でやって、で今のがいいっすよね。
あ、ほん
はい。
とだ。
でこういうののためにミュート使うんですよ。でそれで最終的にここだけをこうするといい。そういうのを。
Shut up loud! ダメだ。とりあえずもう一回やってみる。
やってみますか。
うん
はい。じゃあ行ってみます。
はい。
You're the one